there was this guy called I think his name was Miles, and he went into this very sort of popular restaurant in York. It's like a French restaurant, and the French restaurant kind of specialises in seafood. It's really good restaurant. It's got a 5-star TripAdvisor review and everything. It's really good. Also 5-star hygiene rating as well, which is pretty good for any restaurant these days. And Miles, I think, was quite a regular in this restaurant anyway. He goes and takes his goes and sits at his table, and the head waiter, a guy called Gervais, who's a French guy who I think his parents set the restaurant up a few years ago. He said to Miles, what would you fancy tonight? And Miles said to Gervais, I quite fancy some squid. I've not had squid for a while. And Gervais said to Miles, well, come over to the fish tank, and you can come and choose your squid, and we'll fish it out. We'll prepare it for you, fry it in some nice batter with a bit of garlic and butter. It'd be lovely. So Miles went over to the tank, and there's loads of squid swimming around, and at the back there was a small one. They looked very different to all the other squid. For starters, it was a lot smaller. It was a tiny little runt of the litter sort of squid. It's also a funny sort of tinged with sort of a apple green colour. It was a very odd, unusual colour for a squid. And the other thing that was a bit weird is it had like a cleft palate. It had like a little thing in its little beak, a little line up there, like a hair lip type thing. And Miles said, I think I'll have that one. I've never seen a squid like it. Gervais said, are you sure? It's quite an unusual thing. We were, not really planning on cooking that one. It's a bit of an odd looking squid, almost unappetizing looking. Miles said, no, I think I'll try it. Might be different. So Gervais went and got the little fishing net and fished this little deformed squid out of the tank. And Gervais was a little bit upset really, because the squid had been in there for the best part of 6 months, and no one had ever asked for it because it looked so unappetizing. But with a little tear in his eye, he went over to the kitchen with the little apple green squid and laid it down on the chopping board, and he thought, it's my pet, I should be the one that puts it out of its misery. So he got the meat cleaver out, held the squid down and raised the cleaver above his head and was about to bring it down, and just as he was doing it, a little tear rolled down the cheek of the little squid, and it rolled down its cleft lip. It was very sad really, and Gervais just broke down in tears and said, I can't do this. And then he said, right, well, I've got to prepare food for Miles. So he shouts over to the German guy who cleans the dishes. Hans Gruber, his name was. Hans Gruber, that's right. And Hans comes over and he gets the meat cleaver, and he lifts it above his head, and he's about to bring it down on this little deformed green squid, and he can't do it. It's too upsetting for him. And so Gervais and Hans go back out into the kitchen, and they say to Miles, we're really sorry, but you're going to have to choose another squid or choose something else off the menu, because we can't bring ourselves to kill the little deformed squid. It's a very sad little story, and I suppose the moral of the story is that hands that do dishes can feel soft as Gervais with Miles' green hairy lip squid.